One of the few things we can't do right now is see our data outside of the UI. There's no easy way to go in and view what we've got right now. So if I go into debug mode and look at my game manager, you'll see that I don't actually see my player data there. Even if I press play, it's not going to just magically appear, and I'm not able to easily debug it because of that. If something's going on with my coins and I want to see what the values are at, let's go find this thing again. I can't really see anything there. So what I need to do is make two little changes to the player data class. Well, one change to the class and one change to the reference or the use of it. So let's stop playing. I'm going to go into the game manager, and the first thing I want to do is just add a serialized field attribute here. So we're going to serialize out the player data, and this is just so that I can see them in the inspector temporarily. So we'll save that off. And then let's go look at the inspector and see what it shows now. So if we go find our game manager, got to make sure I select the actual game manager. See that it still doesn't show up. And that's not a bug. That's not something wrong here with what I've done. It's actually a side effect of my class not being serializable. So what we're going to do next is go to the player data class. I'll just hit F12. And right at the top of the class, we need to add the serializable attribute. Let's see if I can spell that right. I can't, so I'll just let it autocomplete. So it'll add the serializable attribute, which of course needs the using system namespace. So if I move this player data into its own file, which I'm going to do right now, Alt-Enter, and hit Move to File, you'll see that inside of my player data class, or script, let's go find it. Here it is. We have using system. Got the serializable attribute in the player data with our two public fields. Let's go check that out now and see if our two public fields show up. Well, we've got player data. That's showing up here. Let's hit play now and see what we get in the first player data. All right, here we are, and it's not showing up right, but I think if I go select and reselect, there we go. My game manager, I can see it. So if you get it kind of weird and bugged out, I think it's from the level loading and the object moving, just not updating the inspector. If you see that, though, just reselect the object and let's go check it out. I've got my player data with an element 0, some coins. You can see my coins going up. And if I join on player 2, here we go. I run over here, go get some coins. And if I look at this second element, you see that I've got coins in there as well. So now I'm getting coins in both of them. I don't need to be in debug mode. I can see that in normal view. And my coins are tracked independently across levels. Let's go to the next level. You can see that this character, player 2, isn't in. They haven't rejoined yet. But if they rejoin, they've still got their 11 coins. And if I click through, you'll see that they've got the same amount of coins here once I rejoin again. I got to rejoin the level every time. We haven't dealt with that yet. But everything else is, I think, pretty much just working and keeping track of our data. And hopefully you're starting to see some of the benefits here. Now we've got an easy way to rebind up our player data to a player without having to do any complicated stuff, and our saving and loading of data is also going to be easy as well. So I'm going to stop playing. We'll go into Plastic SCM, make sure that I've saved my scene, and then we'll say that we made the player data serializable. And check it in.